Hey, I don't know why I like that intro song. That intro song goes in. I like it a lot, actually. I'm not gonna hold you. But yo, what's good with y'all? Listen, I have not. So, if you seen what this was at 1 o'clock, like 1:30. As you can see, I was on stream with Real Talk and Mars earlier today, and I have not had an. I literally just got home. I have not had an opportunity to change. So you feel me? We're looking real nice today, not too shabby, and I'm very excited. We were talking about a lot of good stuff over there, right? One of the things where what that we were talking about was Austin Reeves and where he ranks in the league right now. And I'm gonna start off with that a little bit. I'm gonna get into Joel Embiid real quick, but I do want to open up with that because I think it's a good conversation to have, right? And I think the question needs to be asked a lot of the times when you see a guy on a run like this. Austin Reeves is dropping 30, dog. He's dropping 30 in like six, dropping 30 on six with great efficiency, great shooting splits. And, when he's playing like this, and he has had a track record of just being a very efficient and effective player in the league, you know, we got to start having conversations about him at some time, right? Now, my take with them was I think it's a little bit too soon. We've never seen Reeves really play on this level consistently. I think he's shown some spurts of this every now and then. He shows some spurts of this with his time with LeBron and AD, his time last year, a few years ago, right? He's shown spurts of this. You feel me? Spurts, nothing consistent. So my take on Austin Reeves and where we're ranking him all time is, listen, Reeves is playing amazing. I think if we're going to talk about who's been playing the best this year and this year alone, 19 to 22 games of the season, depending on what your team is, he's probably a top 10 player right now. He's probably playing at a top 10 level in the league right now. Yeah, better than Anthony Davis, better than Kevin Durant, better than Devin Booker, better than a lot of these names, a lot of these household names, right? He's in that echelon this year. My take is, though, is let's hold off on where we're going to place him in the league right now, because at the end of the day, it's only 20 games. It's only 19 games he's played and 19 games playing at this level. You feel me? People want to try to give him some Cade Cunningham conversations, Devin Booker conversations, and I'm like, okay, I can see why, but we got to slow down with this. We got to see how this is able to sustain. See, now, if he continues a stretch like this throughout the whole season, I'm open for it. I think Tyrese Maxey was another name that came up. I'm open for us having these conversations. But Reeves has not shown at all consistency throughout a year of upholding this level of play. And for that reason, and really that reason alone, it's kind of hard for me to put him on. Tyrese Maxey came up, Devin Booker came up, Donovan Mitchell can be in there, right? A lot of those guys, I think that's where the names that he's paired up with. Those guys have had a track record within recent memory of playing at a very great level. 25 a game, 26 a game, providing all-star caliber level consistently. Reeves is just doing that now. So let's pump the brakes on where we're going to rank him right now. 19 games played. Shout out to you, Daniel. 19 games played. Let's pump the brakes on that a little bit. But I also got to be honest, man, what Reeves is doing right now is phenomenal. He's able to sustain that level of play with or without Luka or LeBron James. It don't matter if Luka's there, don't matter if LeBron there, don't matter if they're both there. He still plays at a very high level. And it's amazing to see. It's amazing to watch. And I'm very excited to see how it's going to turn out. But probably sometime in, I'd like to say February, March. I'm not going to hold you, especially with how things are playing out. Top 15, top 10 player, maybe scratching the surface, maybe Reeves may be up there. And it's crazy because Reeves is not really a guy that you would sit here and hold to that tier of player and hold to that caliber of player. But at the end of the day, we just can't deny the talent and production that he's been showing. Great ball handler, great passer, he's truly a combo guard. He can be a point guard or a shooting guard. He's truly a combo guard. Great pick and roll game. Good shooter all around the board, off the dribble, catch and shoot. Very flexible in terms of pairing him up with other superstars. Like when you got, he's better than Trae Young. A lot of people have been saying that, better than Trae Young. Trae Young's like, they're off the Trae Young juice. Yeah, Reeves. Listen, Reeves right now he's playing at a top 10 level. So more he sustained this, that's where we can get and dive into deep, where we're gonna go. I just think it's a little bit too soon. But I love everything he's doing. Tyrese Maxey was a name that came up. And Tyrese Maxey is probably having the best season of his career. I'm not ready to say Reeves over Maxey. I'm curious what you think. Tyrese Maxey or Austin Reeves? Mars talked about how he's picking Reeves because Austin Reeves, better ball handler, can truly be the combo guard that would be valuable to any team paired up with any type of superstar. And he just thinks that with his ability to get to the line, his ability to handle the rock, his ability to create plays for the guys around him in a self-creation, that he's better than Tyrese Maxey. Better passer than Tyrese Maxey, So it's like, man, it's too soon for me, dog. Way too soon for me. And Tyrese Maxey is weird. And I'm gonna transition right now because Maxey and the Sixers is kind of related to this. Tyrese Maxey is great, but Tyrese Maxey's game is very like, how do I say this? I guess you can say I compared Tyrese Maxey to Stephen Curry. I actually did. I said when we look at his game, it's kind of like Stephen Curry-esque, where his shooting ability is so crazy in the league, and Tyrese Maxey may have to be in the question of like best shooter in the league right now, because Tyrese Maxey ability to break the game at times, his ability to command attention off of a screen, even without the ball in his hands, 32 feet. That value, it opens up so much things around him for himself and his team, right? And it's Stephen Curry-esque because that shooting ability that he has creates a lot of cutting lanes for himself and the teams around him. And it's just a fireball. It's like a cannon, dog, of offense that just opens up the game for your crew. So Tyrese Maxey and Stephen Curry is very similar in a lot of ways for me. And off of that game-breaking and game-changing ability there, that's where it's kind of hard for me to put a guy like Reeves over Tyrese Maxey. Because even though you can talk about Reeves having better of the, in-between game than Tyrese Maxey, man, when you can break the game like that, dog, it's tough. It's very tough. It's very tough. So I'm going to give the love to Maxey. Slight edge, though. It's not that big. But since we're on the Sixers in general, right? Listen, the Sixers have been trying to salvage whatever health that they can with Joel Embiid right now. They've been doing everything they can to sustain him. And in my opinion, it's just time to give it up. It's really just time to give it up with Joel Embiid. He's never going to stay healthy. He's never going to go down the stretch of, he's never going to have a full season anymore. You're constantly going to have to babysit him. And this is like, you pay him a good amount of money too. So him giving you, even on the limited time he's playing, 18 points a game on 44 from the field, 24 from three. Come on. That's not helping anybody, especially with how much money he commands. I think it's completely time for them to do whatever they can to move off of him. This is, 2025 now. Embiid is a decade with the Sixers. Almost a decade. He got drafted in let me think. He got drafted actually in 2014. He actually started playing basketball in 2016. It's time to give it up. It's almost a decade. It's a decade of the same thing over and over and over again. Constantly hurt, constantly, never playing full seasons. He's never played a full season ever in his whole entire career. Ever. ever. Not even when they had a shortened season in 21. He's never done it. He's never done it. I'll go down the list right now. First year, 31. Second year, 63, 64, 51, 51, 68, 66, 39, 19, 8. The closest he got was 2022, where 68 games, 3 games missed. Cool. I guess we can let that one slide. But every single year, bro, he's like 30 years old. He's 31 years old. He's not getting any younger. You got to just move off of him. You got to blow up the team. The team is actually not blow up completely. Let me rephrase it. Retool the team. The Sixers need to retool the team in a way of you move off of Paul George. You just have to move off of Paul George at this point in his career. You have, and it's so like crazy because you just paid all that money for him. So stupid. Move off of Paul George for any type of role players that you can find. Move off of PG, move off of Joel Embiid, move off of both of them. And just the young talent that you have with Maxey. Quentin Grimes has been great, actually. VJ Edgecombe. Surround them with some Jared McCain. Surround them with some role-playing talent to help elevate their games and build around them. Because you're not going to win a championship with Joel Embiid at this stage of his career, and you're definitely not going to win with Paul George. Blow it up. Blow it up. Blow them up, actually. The team and the nucleus of the young guys actually liked the time when PG and Joel Embiid wasn't playing. The Sixers was playing pretty good basketball. Keep that. Keep that and run with it. Why do you need anything else? Why would you need anything else? Keep that, run with it, find ways to sustain that. Move off of everyone else. It's over. And it's sad because to me, a fully healthy Joel Embiid is actually one of the best players I've ever seen in NBA history. A fully healthy Joel Embiid is probably like a top 10 player to me. I know people are not going to really like that. They're not going to agree with that. But I can care less. I really can. Embiid has really been hindered by lack of playoff success and injuries. But as a talent, you have a 7-foot player who handles the rock like a guard, who shoots effectively on all 3 levels. On all 3 levels. Great in the post. Great footwork. Good handle for a big. Good steady mid-range shot. Solid 3-point shot. Good free throw shooter. So even if he gets to the line, guess what? It's not no hack-a-shack. He's hitting that. Yo, that's actually a bar. It's not no hack-a-shack. He's hitting that. You can't even foul him. And the matchup issues he causes at his size, he moves too quick for bigs. So you got to have a forward that's kind of more versatile. But guess what happens? They're too small for him. He's a mismatch nightmare. Solid defender, great rebounder. His skill set is one of the best in NBA history. Honestly, Joel Embiid may be the best one-on-one player ever in NBA history. Yes. I'm not going to lie. I really think he probably could be Kevin Durant one-on-one. He could be Kobe Bryant one-on-one. He could be Michael Jordan one-on-one, LeBron James, all of them. All of them. Him moving at that size is a cheat code. No one's stopping him. No one's stopping him. He's beating Jokic one-on-one. I'm like, that's the type of tools that this man has. And it's really a shame. It's really a shame that we honestly robbed. In a way, we've been robbed because of injuries of seeing that full potential really put on display because he was able to reach it during the regular season, but in the postseason, which everyone cares about with Scud Peanut Butter, that everyone talks about, everyone wants to look at, he couldn't really do that. But even then, there's been some series. You know what gets me mad about Joel Embiid and the fandom with him and how people turn on him? How many times do you hear the old heads? How many times do we hear fans? Man, guys don't play hurt anymore. Man, guys don't do this anymore. Man, they don't go through the grind. They don't do this. They don't care about the fans anymore, right? They say that over and over and over again, right? But when I look at Joel Embiid and how he's been treated in his career, y'all all are hypocrites. Y'all crap on consistently Joel Embiid and his injuries. You crap on him. What happens in the postseason? You crap on him all the time because of the lack of postseason success, despite him doing everything you would want. He loves the city of Philadelphia. He never wanted to switch up on them. He never wanted to hop team from team. He always tried to be there whenever his team needed him, to show up to play the game of basketball. He would even show up hurt. Joel Embiid would show up hurt and play games in the postseason with a broken face, broken shoulder, broken knee, and be there and try to represent for his city. But y'all still he still gets cooked for not performing. He still gets cooked for even hurt. But at the same time, you're the same people that want players to play through injury and represent. And he does that. And y'all cook him all the time. And then you're going to sit here and be mad. You're going to sit here and now have the audacity and look at players and be like, why are they so selfish? Why do they do this? Why do they not care so much? It's because of this. Look how you're treating a man like Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid has done nothing but try to represent for his city, and he still gets criticized for it. He still gets criticized so much for things outside of his control. It's embarrassing. I think not for him, for the fan base. It's truly embarrassing. Are y'all serious? Honestly. And I feel for him, dog. Like, especially when you hear about Joel Embiid's story. Joel Embiid, if I was ever blessed for him to ever watch me, right? Man, I feel for you, bro. I have so much respect for you. So much respect for what you've tried to do for the city of Philadelphia. There's so much respect for you going out there every single day, every single game, and trying to put on something for the fans and trying to bring a championship to the city. Even when the trust the process phase got a bunch of criticism, you was the main one being loyal to the soil. You was the main one representing for your crew. Dang, I'm about to die. I'm about to die. I'm getting choked up here. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm about to cry. Dang. Let me I need a drink. Dang. Oh. Oh my goodness. Oh, dog, I was dying. Whew. I needed that. Yeah. Where was I? I forgot where I was at. Oh, yeah. So I have nothing but respect for him. Nothing but respect for Joel Embiid and what he's trying to do for his city. So I'm really sad. I'm really sad on how things has turned out for his career, because he has actually been one of the players that I actually have been rooting for and wishing nothing but success for him. So it's very sad and unfortunate what's happening in his career. And salute to him, man. One of the greatest players I've ever seen. To me, a top 10 talent ever in NBA history. And I'll die on that hill. I'll die on that hill. I want to talk about Max Kellerman and Stephen A. Smith. Have y'all seen that? Yo, that's wild. So if you don't know, Max Kellerman was on a podcast. Let me give you the dirty deeds. But Max Kellerman was on a podcast with Bill Simmons? I forget what that guy's name is, but he was on a podcast with him, right? And he was actually getting into, he didn't even say anything bad. Like, he was just talking about his time on First Take, talk about how it was working with Stephen A. Smith. And we were, for the first time in forever, getting his side on things, right? And, Max is so raw. I actually love Max Kellerman. I seen him. He was talking about, listen, he said, Stephen A. is not the guy who's the bad takes guy. He is not the guy that really goes in depth. He's the guy that he has a good takes and just nitpicks on what everyone else says. He's there for shock value. And he said he does a good job of it. Shock value, but he never really says anything that's on edge. He stays true to what he needs to be because that's his role. Right? So he's talking about Stephen Curry being the greatest shooter ever. He's like, of course he is. I mean, that's nothing crazy to say. That's exactly what he is. He's just there to keep things entertaining, basically, and and just be there against the guys that's, having the crazy takes. Wild. Wow, that's what he said. And and then Max just goes like, and then he wanted me there and everything. And the thing is, putting a guy like that up against me, he said, good luck. Listen, if you watch, and I watched a lot of Max Kellerman and Stephen A. First takes. If you actually watch that and go back, I'm not going to hold you. Even when I disagreed with Max and what he said, Max was cooking Stephen A. Smith religiously on First Take. Religiously. He was doing it almost every single day of the week. And you can tell, like, Stephen A. Smith, he's a prideful person. He definitely did not like that. He did not. I mean, even Stephen A. Smith said when Max got let go, he didn't like the smartest guy in the room mentality that he had, kind of the arrogance that he had, and he always said he don't know basketball, yada yada yada. I mean, and you know what gets me mad about that? You know what gets me really mad about that, and it really upsets me. I don't like that attacking. I really don't. And Stephen A. Smith and how he just attacks Stephen A. Max Kellerman, especially with his basketball stuff and saying, like, because his takes, he don't know basketball. If I'm going to be honest, like, Stephen A. Smith, you be saying some of the craziest things I've ever seen. And honestly, I don't even think you watch basketball. I really don't. You really don't watch the game like that. And that's like your profession. You just say a bunch of generic things, a bunch of narrative-driven one-liners that tries to get, try to get buzz, try to get noise, try to create havoc. And honestly, I think your lack of watching the games, this is why you're on the little notorious run that you're going on now of just starting up drama and spurring up drama with a bunch of different people, LeBron James being one of it. And it's like, dog, like, you're kind of getting desperate here for views and clicks. To me, it just looks like you're getting desperate here for views and clicks. Because when Max Kellerman said what he said on the other show, what did you do? You responded to that. Go back to attacking Stephen A. Max Kellerman. Go back to, having to say something on it. Max didn't even say anything crazy about you. I hear you go over here trying now to attack him again because, I don't know, your ego's hurt. I mean, it looks like you're drawing for straws to try. Man, come up with a reality show, man. I'll watch that. I'll watch a Stephen A. Smith reality show because, my goodness, it's definitely funny to watch. Like, he's just spiraling, dog. He's just spiraling out of control. He's starting up all this drama for what? For what? Bro, just go back. Go back to just watching basketball. Just go back to that. I don't think he watches basketball. His takes make no sense majority of the time. I have no clue whenever he's – and you know what? You know what done it for me? And this is for anyone who watches basketball. People who don't see this. Watch a game of basketball. Then watch Stephen A. Smith. Then talk about that same game that you watched. And watch how wrong this guy be. Watch how wrong he speaks about the game and how it happened. Just watch it. So it's either two things are happening. Either one, he's not watching it, he's not paying attention, he's on his phone. Or two, he's just stuck in that old head mentality of his perception of the game, which is also another problem. Stephen A. don't be breaking games down. You just don't. The one thing I respect about Max Kellerman every single time is that even if he didn't fully understand it, you can definitely tell he did his research. He did his research on everything that he talked about and as much as he can. When he's talking about the 2018 Rocks having the best offense in NBA history, he has numbers and research to support all of that. He's a research guy. He did that. I got to respect him. Hats off to him. Hats off to him. He did everything he could to be informed, and he took the time to be informed. He did. He absolutely did. And that's why I really like Max Kellerman. And if he has some wild takes with Tom Brady, Andre Iguodala. Who else? Who was the other one? It was Steph Curry, Anthony Davis. I remember he said, Carmelo. Dang, he said Blake was better than Carmelo. And Stephen A had a big issue with that, which he had his reasonings to support it. So it was like, man, Stephen A, man, he wrong. It's sad. It's sad to see things like that happen. Not again. Not again, guys. Not again. But yeah, it's just sad to see how things like that happen, and it's sad to see how, a great show. I actually seen a picture with Skip and Stephen A recently. Maybe they're about to have another show and everything. Who knows with that? But there needs to be a new generation of media, guys. I'm not gonna lie. This is where podcasts are coming into play. But the old generation of media is just dying off slowly. You can just see it. It's all slowly dying. All of it is slowly dying. The old media is slowly dying off. It's actually probably I'll give it another 5 years. 5 years tops until it's fully dead. And then it's going to be replaced by probably these ex-athletes podcasts or other podcasts is coming up. But it's dying. It's a dying breed. The old media is done. It's washed. And it's time for the new media to come up. So, if you ever want to be a part of it, man, speak your voice up. Get in tune. And, start grinding it out, man. You could change the world too, man. Anyone can. All right. Salute to you guys, man. Like the video, subscribe. Pleasure speaking with y'all. And I will see you guys at another time. Peace.
This pain inside.